Hello, my name is Robert, our robot teacher, and I'm coming to you from our Webtoonist classroom. And so basically you can see the different, basically like art class. And now I'm going to discuss about week 6.1 discussion board. So I should read about it. And since my personal interest is in different cultures and understanding them, I really enjoyed this specific topic, and so I talked a lot. What I wrote. So I wrote a lot, that's what I'm going to say. So basically in general, I think humans, we should think about our privilege and think and analyze what's going on around us. A lot of times we forget and get complacent and assume that everyone around us is the same as us. So when we notice something strange happening with our student, we can address it. So one, most people have access to some tablet or some computer with a webcam, some cell phone, most, but there's still people that don't have this access. And so if we want to implement this into our schools using tablets, using something online, doing the flipped classroom, we have to consider that. Are the students able to access the stuff at home? Are they able to do that at home? And that's why I think the traditional class was that way. The way it was. They do the learning as the school, and then at home they do the homework, and it's just papers, something they write, or it was printed out for them back in the day. And so I understand why it happened that way. And so one thing that I think was different, I don't know, compared to other families when I was growing up, in my family, I remember when we had a desktop computer. I remember when I first got my laptop computer, and then finally when the school gave us computers, I think I was in middle school, I thought it was very beneficial that we were given it, and that they were allowing us to learn using the computers. But before that, I just had really old one with dial-up internet. I remember when we first got our Wi-Fi in our home. It was great. It was so amazing. But I remember my cell phone didn't have this wireless capability. So technology is changing a lot. But we have to compare different families, different backgrounds, understanding this way of communicating with each other. And so specifically, we talked about before about communicating online. I think most of the time we don't have classes about this. I'm just speaking at least in my realm and my part of the education that I do here in Korea. We don't learn about how are you supposed to communicate in an online setting. And I think that's kind of beneficial. I think it's necessary for us to go and teach people or teach the students just basic structure of what you're supposed to do, what you shouldn't do online, because it'll stop with the cyberbullying, or help at least, them to know that there's consequences for what you do, that you should be very knowing that this is not okay, this is okay. Different people from different countries, they come, if they're in the USA, many people are coming, they're taking classes, they were raised a different way, and so they think, oh, things are done this way, but then they see other people doing this, wow, that sounds kind of rude, why are they writing this way? But if you're not in the culture, know the nuances, that maybe something was meant to be as a joke, you would take offense to it. And that's the reason why we should be really we should educate people, I think, when we're talking about technology, or when we're dealing with cultures. I think a lot of time we don't think about the differences until it happens. And so when these cultural bumps happen, I think it's important to discuss and talk about it. And if we're discussing and talking about these things, we're able to figure out what the problem was, understand each other, solve it. But if you don't, you just keep pushing it under, you don't talk about it, and it becomes a big problem, and there's a blow up in the future. And that is not the best thing, I would say. And so basically I think it's necessary for us to keep an open mind. And when new technologies come out, we should test it a lot, see does it work. Maybe not just test it with one group of people, test it get a focus group of multiple people from different backgrounds to test it. And so when you have this large group of people testing something, you get multiple responses, and then you're wow, I didn't even think about this as a situation or potential way to view what was going on. And so basically, I think it just comes down to communication and like a lot of pre-thinking and how, if something happens, how do you solve it? Talking, discussing, stuff like that. So I think in my lifetime, I have made cultural mistakes, I would say, but it's not related to like technology, I would say, but just like communication mistakes that have happened. And so luckily, with my friends, I was able to discuss and talk about it, and we were able to solve the like difference that we had, or misunderstanding, or I could find, oh, I was wrong, I shouldn't have said something like this because blah blah blah. So just being open-minded and understanding and being able to say, oh, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, learn from the mistake. And I think we can overcome these cultural differences that we see. And right now there's a lot going on in the USA, and I know, like, okay, let's not talk about it, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we should be thinking and discuss about and figure out the problem, and then we can solve it. But just one more thing. It should not, decision should not, I hope should not, and I wish would not be just made by one set of people. It should be a group of people working together to solve and make the best decision for everyone. And I think if we had that, it is more ideal. So thank you very much for listening. If you have any comments, please comment and let me know. Bye. I'm also going to discuss about week 6, question number 2. I wrote this yesterday, so I forgot about that. But
the question asks, do you know for sure your online student is really doing all their own work? Can you say that in a face-to-face class? Could you say that in a face-to-face class? What should we do to ensure students demonstrate integrity in producing their own work? So, for me, I wrote that...
No, there's no way to know. There's no way of knowing. If we're just talking focusing online, I don't know if there's like specific, I heard there were specific like online class programs that you can use that are telling the professor or the teacher that, oh, they're doing something behind the screen. They're not just looking at this one screen. So if we had something like that, or maybe if you're doing like Blackboard and you gave your password, your login information to those people, and then they start doing your homework for you, if we can track the IP address. I think that's not like ethical, I would say, but that's another way of knowing. But I think that's too much. All of that's too much. I think we should trust in our students and teach them that if they are doing or allowing someone to do their work for them, it doesn't benefit them. For some people, they won't care. Other people, it will care. And I think for the people that don't care about this, I'm not sure about in the USA specifically, but I feel like in Korea, when there is these situations that are kind of like, are you doing the right thing in this student? You're like, oh, is this the best thing? Do you think this is okay? Do you think this is acceptable? And make the students consider, think about it, understand, oh, I made a mistake. Make the student write an apology letter. You can see a lot in the schools. I have a friend that teaches English to actual students, and they have to write essays in English. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. They use Papago or like Google Translate to translate, just like we would in Korean. And so, of course, I understand. You know, they're like, I need to finish it. It takes a lot of time. I have so many things going on, and I understand them completely. But it doesn't benefit them. It doesn't help them to learn the language. If they're meant to not use a calculator and learn this hard math thing, but they use it when they're doing their homework at home, it doesn't benefit them. And when they have to take the test in class, and they're not allowed to, they'll see their scores will lower. And then at the time, I mean, obviously as a teacher, I'm like, I told you so, but you like, that little situation will help the students, I believe, to learn like, oh, I did something wrong, I shouldn't have done it like that because A, B, C. So next, when I think, I wanted to discuss about, like I wrote, at some point in my life, I also started feeling bad when I did something wrong. I don't know if it was when I became stronger in my personal religion and faith, that I started being like, oh, someone's watching me and doing something wrong, or was it like being here in Korea and interacting with students and seeing like, oh, they feel bad, like, oh, they did this thing wrong, they feel like, oh, guilty, and I should feel this way as well. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done this, but I did do this. Oh, I cheated on something. Oh, I feel bad. Like I can feel like, oh, I'm not a good teacher or I'm not a good person because A, B, C, like that. And so I think it depends from culture to culture. Like working with American students, I don't know. I feel like it would be very difficult to like help them to learn. But I think if we give them the opportunity and they learn from that opportunity, we shouldn't be like afraid to give that opportunity to them. I think we give the opportunity to them, they cheat, then we have a test, they figure out, oh, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have done this. I think that's ideal. And then as a teacher, obviously I'm tracking the grades, I'm tracking the patterns, and I can see like, oh, at home they're always doing very well. Does this mean they're cheating when at home? No, not necessarily. Maybe they're just good when they take the time, they're not enough time to put the test. I mean, there's many factors, but I think we have to trust the students, track everything, see what changes, what doesn't change, and in the future, we don't know. There's never like certain, unless we just do everything in class, which is not fun, not exciting for the kids, and we want them to enjoy learning. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please comment. Bye bye.